Hi, this is Gemma Taylor, the National Science Learning Centre Technology Teacher CPD Lead, and here's another video looking at instruments and sound on Scratch. So in our previous videos we've looked at creating a storyboard and using sound effects. In this video we're going to be looking at using instruments and using loop functions. So I'm going to start today with looking at the different sounds that you can choose from. Now we've got some sound effects, we've got some drum beats. I'll go through some of those. Hand clap. So there's lots to choose from. As you can see from this list, Scratch have given you quite a lot of things to play with before having to record your own. You've got instruments, so we could set our instrument to a guitar, trombone, lots to choose from. On top of that, you can also choose to record your own sounds. So if you want to use the sound recorder, press this microphone here to record a new sound of your own, and then if you press this round button, you can use your laptop microphone or you can use a microphone that you've got plugged in to record your own. So we could do boo, boo. As my own little note. I'm going to cut that down by selecting what I want to get rid of and cutting it. Selecting and cutting, and now I've got my new sound, so I'm going to call that my sound. Let's try that out. Ooh. So what can we do with this? Right, well, we can create sounds, we can create a program that will play a sound. So we've got, as part of the instruments, if we set our instrument, we can choose the different notes that we want to play, and it quite nicely shows an image of a keyboard there, so you can choose. So you can choose different types of notes. We can also put my sound and we can mix that with our drum beats and we can create a little bit of a song. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up something called a forever loop. We're going to combine that with our sound to create a bit of a beat. So I'm first going to put a backing beat on it. Okay, I think that's a bit fast for me, so I'm going to put a wait. Okay, so now we've got a backing beat. Stop that. I'm now going to add, let's add another drum in there. We're going to add a hand clap. Nice. So I'm going to put another forever loop onto that. Again, a bit fast for me, so I'm going to put a wait in. But this time it's going to be a 0.5 wait. Nice. Now I want them to play together, so what I'm going to do is start the event with the flag, which means when I press the flag, all of those will start at the same time. Let's try them. Nice. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to change our sprite. I'm going to change its costume. So we're going to get rid of the cat. Instead of the cat, we're going to paint our own and we're going to give ourselves a keyboard. So, really basic. There's a key. That's all I want to work on for now. So we're going to get rid of the cat and just keep the keyboard. Now the script for this keyboard, what we're going to do is when we press this keyboard, we're going to have an instrument. Let's use the piano. And it's going to play an E for us. It's going to be quite a low one. So to set this up, we're going to use this event here when the sprite is clicked. Whenever I click on that sprite, I get that sound. I've still got my backing in the background, but what I'd like to do is make it so it's easier to see when I've clicked that sprite. So I'm going to go into the costume of that sprite, and I'm going to create a new costume, and that I'm going to fill the key. So we've now got two costumes that we're working on. I'll just go back and choose. We've got, let's call that white, let's call that black. So looking at my code, when the sprite is clicked, we're going to set the instrument, but I haven't talked about the costume at all, so I need to add some code around the costume. So I'm going to start with a flag, and what I'm going to say is, when I start my program, I want my keyboard to start with white. So we're going to switch the costume to white, and that's what we'll always start with. Just to test it, brilliant. Okay, we're going to say, when the sprite is clicked, we're going to switch the costume to black. Let's try that. Brilliant. But what I really want is for that costume to come back again to white. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a switch costume back again to white after it's played the song. So, brilliant. Fantastic. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate that. So now I've got all the same code. I'm going to pop that right next to it. So now we've got two keys. So the code, what do I need to change in here to make it specific? Well, I don't need the drum beats because we've got those playing already, so we can get rid of those. What I'm going to change is I'm going to change the instrument. No, actually, let's keep it as piano. I'm going to change the note type, so we'll change this to an F. Let's play that. And you can see how we're starting to build a keyboard up. Now I'm going to stop that a minute. I'm going to take you to my blog. Because on this blog, what I've done is I've created some Scratch files that you can take, you can edit, and you can use. So if I go to the Scratch menu, what I've got here is I've got Making Music with Scratch. If you click on this page, what you'll find is I've put some files of pianos, drum kits, and a guitar. So let's click on the drum kit. Now the beautiful thing about Scratch is these files are all shared. You can play on them, but you can also see inside them and edit them yourself. So if you see inside, you can see we've used really similar script, nothing different, and you can also edit it and do what you want. So as well as the drum kit, we've got a guitar. This is a mouse control guitar. And this, what I've done is I've used, if we have a look inside, I've changed the costume so that the costume becomes a red string instead of a black string, just to make it a bit more interesting. So you can add complexity to this by altering the costumes, altering the look, altering the sound. So just to remind you, that information was on my blog, so gtaylorstem.wordpress.com. If you go to this blog, you can pick up all of my files and feel free to take them, save them, adapt them. If I just take you back to the menu, I'll just quickly show you my Makey Makey page. We haven't gone through the Makey Makey yet, but we will do later on. But if you want to, what these files are files that you can use with the Makey Makey device to create sound when you create connection yourself. So again, these files are all available. What I've done is connect up the Makey Makey to conductive points on a piece of cardboard made out of foil. And then whenever those points are clicked, each one of those is a different point on the keyboard. So I think that will be up, that will be the down arrow, that will be the left arrow, that will be the right arrow, and so on. Well, thank you very much for watching. More videos to come. We're looking at buttons next. And as I say, if you want to find out any more, feel free to go to my blog and take those files and use them for yourself and have a play.